I don't know. I think everybody enjoys their bit in the limelight. But Keith.
Keith. I think he loves it, yeah.
Keith, without a doubt.
Keith is the centre of attention. Definitely.
He loves it. He absolutely loves it. He's all over it, you know.
Spend some time in Keith's company and you're bound to get a laugh. Yeah, he's good fun.
You ready? Action? Got to say action. I like that bit. My name's Keith Cruikshank and I'm the distillery manager at Benromach Distillery in Forres. I have worked here for 25 years, since 1998. The distillery was built in 1898, as was many distilleries in the area, and it's had quite a few owners in its time. But it was bought in 1993 by Gordon MacPhail, who started producing whiskey again in the summer of 1998, and that's where my story begins there at Benromach. Gordon MacPhail were experts at maturing and bottling single malt throughout Scotland, and they have a liquid library of whiskey that they've bottled, every bottling they've done through many, many decades from all the different distilleries in Scotland. It's a time capsule. You can go back and you see whiskey as it was bottled decades and decades ago. And that allowed us to know and understand the different styles, and also that lost Speyside style, which we recreated back in 1998. It's what makes Benromach Benromach. To be handmade, you've got to have three things. You've got to use your head. You've got to use your hands. You have to physically do it, be part of it. And most importantly, you've got to use your heart. You've got to put passion into it. And that's what makes Benromach very special. Benromach is what you would call a traditional distillery. The human element is always there, controlling the process in a very manual way. Nothing happens unless one of the distillers either starts it off, is controlling it, or finishes it. It gives us the character that we want in the spirit. That lost Speyside style, which I love.
We specify the lightly peated barley that we have. That's the traditional Speyside pre-1960s style of spirit that was originally created.
There's lots of different elements within the still house and the mashing cycle. You've got so many different jobs on at the same time, so you have to really be on the ball of what's going on. Although we have some instrumentation that helps us, there's parts throughout the distillery that all the operators will go and check. They'll go and put their hand on it, they'll feel it, and they'll know if it's right or if it's wrong just by the temperature, and they're doing that just by their hands. It's very unique and very special, and you can see it on the pipework too. It's polished because the hands have been on it so many times. There's two different types of yeast in the fermentation. We have distiller's yeast and then we have our brewer's yeast. That is unique in itself. I think we're one of the only distilleries that does that. What the guys do is they sprinkle it into hands and they throw it in so it scatters nice and even. We call it feeding the chickens. We're looking for them to get a nice even spread across the washbacks so it keeps that consistency in there.
It's a bit of a slog, 25 kilogram bags, but yeah, it all adds to the blood, sweat and tears that goes into every batch. Every batch is different. It's all down to the human intuition. There's no gauges or anything. You've basically got to touch the still. You'll feel the heat, and when you know you've got an instant by looking in the spirit safe, you can see it dribbling in. Everything else is off the cards. You'll stand there patiently waiting for it to eventually come into full flow and to cut back the steam ready.
It's like that distiller understanding their whiskey, their spirit, and what it should mature in. And that's the key with any distiller, is understand the spirit and what type of cask that it really shines in. We call it a festival cask, which predominantly we use here. And that's where you get the most impact from the cask.
Each one of us, there's always that little bit of character, our character, in each of the bottles.
Nowadays, Speyside whiskies are known to be quite unpeated, light, floral, fruity, or they go down the range of being very heavily sherried. But if you were to step into a time machine and go back to the 1950s, even the lightest of Speyside whiskies would have had a touch of smoke to them. All the floor maltings would have been done on site. peat was the most common source of fuel, so it was more apparent in all of the whiskies in the region. And I like the fact that we're trying to recreate that lost style where you have a little bit of smokiness. The core Benromach style is that lost Speyside character. It's the lightly smoky, rich, fruity and full-bodied, and that little hint of smoke just really makes it.
It's really an old style whiskey. I don't know how to describe that, but if you're a whiskey drinker, you will understand what I mean by that. When you taste it, it has that lovely, full, rounded flavour.
I like the fact here it's done the traditional way and we've got a part to play in it.
I'm really proud of our whiskey, what we do, who we are. I'm proud of the whole site. I think it is a beautiful place to work and I want to share that with everyone that comes to the distillery.
Benromach to me is a bit special. It's the local whiskey. Forest's my hometown and Benromach's just 5 minutes away from my door.
Believe it or not, I used to joke driving past that I'll work here one day, and I'm very fortunate.
Well, I think here at Benromach, there's definitely part of us in each bottle.
Of the jobs I've had, it's the one I don't mind taking out at the end of the day.
The captain of a ship can't sail a ship by himself. Of course he can't. He needs everybody else there. I enjoy the people I work with as well. That's the most important thing. Not just the place and the job and anything that comes along with that. So if you can enjoy what you do and the people you work and take pride from what you make, that's it. You've got it made. It probably is the best job in the world.